Welcome, sinners, to the Cinamen podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
I'm Tyler.
And today we talk about buddy cop comedies.
That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I like it.
You said that's at the end of Ride Along.
Yeah, I think it's during the credits of Ride Along 1. It's also in Attack the Block.
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know. That one. Okay.
That sucks. We'll get to it.
Did you see Central Intelligence?
Yeah, me and Justin went and saw it today.
You saw Central Intelligence?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was good.
Awesome. Sinners, because that is the topic of this week, is buddy cop comedies. Central Intelligence is out, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart, who's actually both prone to being in a lot of buddy cop comedies.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how many characters we saw back and forth in the films we watched.
What do you mean?
Well, with like Damon Wayans Jr. and Rob Riggle are in both Let's Be Cops and the other guys.
Did you say The Rock? Because The Rock is in other
Well,
guys.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Rock is also in the other guys and Central Intelligence.
The
Kevin-
Rock's a cop in like the Fast franchise.
Yeah, but those aren't comedies. I mean,
Oh, right. But I mean,
Right,
it's the
yeah.
cop
he has
portrayal.
Yeah, he's like a cop in like every movie he is. Like San Andreas, he's a cop.
Oh, yeah. He is like some sort of military.
Like G.I. Joe, he's like some military guy. Typecasting, but he's so good at it.
Well, yeah, they definitely typecast, what's his name, too? Kevin Hart.
Yeah, a little bit. I'd say that.
They typecast him really hard. What do you think about typecasting?
I mean, it happens more often than not. I mean, actors generally choose the roles that are given to them. I don't think they're ever really forced to take a role. So if you don't want to be typecast, look for something different. But I understand if you're struggling and that's all you're getting, hey man, take it. If you're good at something, be great at it.
I think some of them know that too, though. I mean,
Well, you also get good performances out of people who get to do things that they're good at. I mean, look at Jason Statham. You know, you wouldn't really picture him anywhere but an action movie,
Right.
but he's really good in action movies. So why would he want to do something?
Are you
different?
saying he's good at something other than action movies, or
No, I mean, he potentially could be.
he's
I would
alright,
watch
guess.
him in something else.
I don't think he's all that entertaining outside of an action movie.
What has he done? What has he done that isn't an action movie, though?
I don't know that he's done any that aren't actiony, but maybe some that are just more like
Maybe
thrill-driven as opposed to
maybe he's
you know
supposed
like full.
He definitely has. He definitely has.
maybe he's supposed to get more of an emotional performance in a movie. I don't know. Like I said, I don't go out of my way to watch a Statham movie.
I think he takes them all very seriously. Either way, I mean, I can't doubt his performance there.
Right.
For sure.
That's true. So before we dive into Central Intelligence, we'll get to that one here in a little bit. Out of the movies we watched in Sinners, that was Let's Be Cops, Starsky and Hutch, The Other Guys, and both Ride-Alongs.
Both the ride-alongs, yeah.
Starring Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. Which was your favorite? Round table.
I'm going to have to go with the other guys for sure.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
It was good to see. It was good to get to watch Mark Wahlberg be good instead of having to watch, the turd that was Max Payne.
To move on from that battle, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Let's Be Cops was my favorite out of them.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to go with Tyler on The Other Guys. And this was my first time seeing it. I loved seeing Mark Wahlberg as like this yelling. It only would have been better if he got to like cuss. Like drop F-bombs. But it was still
What rating did it get?
PG-13.
Was it?
Right.
But they had an unrated version, right?
I did not have it if they did. That was not the version I
So
saw.
I think I did watch the unrated version, but I can't
Yeah,
remember if they let him go,
I think that is the reason I liked Let's Be Cops out of most of them, is that it was rated R.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
And to me, I was like, yeah, I can relate. Good job,
Yeah,
guys.
cussing to me just adds a level of funny that you can't reach on a PG-13 movie.
You know, maybe these are all our favorite movies because Damon Wayans Jr. is in all of them.
Exactly. And he's on the show New Girl. I don't know if you guys watched that. It is
Now, that's with Jake Johnson, right?
Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. both in Let's Be Cops.
Well, he's in like the first season, and then he doesn't come back until like the third season.
Right,
And
but
then
he's
now he's out of it again, I think.
Oh, well, I was going to say, well, he came back as a regular, so he was at least there for some time.
I feel like he left again. I haven't watched it in a while, but I don't think he's a main character anymore.
I think he's funny in everything he does.
He's good. I can really see his dad in him,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I think the first thing I saw him, or remember seeing him in, I think it was 2008's Dance Flick, or maybe it's 2009, 9 or 10. The spoof
Of all
the
the
dance movies,
made-
Step Ups,
Right.
and all that stuff. But he was pretty funny in that. I didn't love the movie, but he was pretty good, watchable. You know.
I think he was underutilized in Let's Be Cops. That was one of my problems with it, and besides that, it was so outlandishly over the top, and it was funny, but ultimately that's not what I'm looking for.
I think that's something that all the movies we watched, maybe except for Starsky and Hutch, had a problem with, was just like unbelievability. I guess Starsky and Hutch was really unbelievable too. But like, Let's Be Cops, like you obviously know that impersonating a police officer is a big deal.
They
Yeah.
would have been busted
You got-
so quickly.
Well, he got like really good replica police uniforms. Nobody told you when you bought those the dangers of wearing that around, you know? Like I don't think someone's going to sell you a police uniform that realistic without giving you some kind of disclaimer telling you, "Hey, if you get caught acting like a cop, I'm not
This is illegal.
Yeah.
As shit.
They had
sign this
yeah.
waiver." I feel like you'd almost have to sign a waiver.
Well, even with the cop car. And putting the cherries on, no license plate.
I like how he got
You know.
official cop lights. Like it wasn't just like the single bulb that
Yeah,
you
like the
throw on there
old-fashioned, like-
gangster style. It
Oh,
was
shit,
like
now,
a
yeah.
straight like high def 4K set of lights.
Can you buy that though? I wonder if
Beats
that's
by Dre.
something you can purchase.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like,
can?
because it is exact. I mean, it's an exact replica. It fooled all the other cops in his town. They could have had different lights, and he happened to buy the right set.
Yeah, and Rob Riggle just like, "Oh, you dipped out on the paperwork." No.
I thought right there when I was watching it that he was gonna like, "Hey man, I know you're fake, but I
Yeah.
think I need you for some reason. You know, like about
You seem to
about
know what's
Meddy or
going
whatever his
on.
name is.
Maybe you know more than I do. But I thought the same thing for a second. I was like,
and then
oh,
he-
is this...
And then he went for it, so I was like, okay.
and that,
so
yeah,
he
that just
did-
added to the outlandishness of it. Like,
I will give you that.
But it was funny as shit. I love Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. They're funny. Their chemistry together is always funny. And the chick the guy was going for was good looking. That Vampire's Diary chick.
Yeah, Nina Dobrev. I think.
Yeah, but
is
she
her
was
name.
like unbelievably ditzy. Like when you first see her, you're like, "Oh, she's really pretty, and he obviously wants to be with her, and this and that." And then like when she finds out he's a cop, suddenly she like is like stumbling all over the place and running into people. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, if you think like my issue was the bad guy they were like, oh yeah, he loves to fight. Dude, Jake Johnson, like the flabby Jake Johnson with no exercise training whatsoever, he, like could almost take this guy. He got shot by Rob Riggle, right?
Jake. Well, he
No, not
got
Rob,
shot
not
by-
Jake. The bad guy.
Oh, yeah. Rob
But he
Riggle came in and saved
didn't
the day
show
at the end,
any
right.
signs of like no martial arts, no UFC skills. He didn't really kick Jake's ass all that much.
No, not as much as he should have for
This-
a dude that in his role blew out.
And
you
Rob
know,
Riggle
his-
just talked him up as like this ultimate cage fighter to the death. He could kick Spartacus's ass, and then he just ultimately didn't do anything. More,
Yeah, 'cause
more
he's got
bark
like a
than
double-digit
bite.
body count too. So this guy has some notoriety. You
Yeah,
know?
and then just Jake was able to hold his own against him, and I was
Yeah.
like, fighter my ass. Jake's the little one.
uh-huh.
If Damon Wayans Jr. over there wasn't a, soft boiled about going into the action, he could kick your ass.
Yeah, he was a little bitch the whole movie.
Yeah, I just feel he was really underutilized. I think he's got a lot more skills to like improv, quick with the
Well,
quips.
The whole movie was improv. I mean, it feels like, at least. I don't know. I didn't really look into
Like,
it.
yeah,
But like same with the other guys, it feels like it's a lot of just like just say some funny stuff and we'll edit it together in a funny way and people will love it. And it does make for funny movies, but
Anchorman.
but not necessarily, the best movies.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they just like, here is the generic like plot of this scene, make it funny, like make it your own. This is where we have to go with it.
Right.
Make sure you end here.
like the moral of the scene is this guy's the bad guy. How you get there, I don't care. Go, like whatever comes to your head. But that's the best thing. I don't know, that's what made the other guys funny as well. That's what made all these movies actually pretty funny. I remember Starsky and Hutch was funnier this time around than the first few times I watched it.
Yeah, I remember you saying you didn't like it, and I really couldn't believe it because it's definitely one of
Yeah,
my favorites.
because that's our crew, man. Like that's
Yeah,
Ben
I know.
Stiller,
I can
Owen
definitely.
Wilson?
I have more appreciation for it. It's
See, I don't even like Ben Stiller, but I love Starsky and Hutch.
I love Owen Wilson.
I like Owen Wilson a lot too.
I could take him or leave him. He's definitely good, but he's definitely got his place.
Yeah, I don't know that his past has really
He's got his place.
You know.
I think you put him in it with that phrase. Damn, son.
I don't know. He's
Yeah, you
just
really
not
singled him
spectacular.
out right there.
I mean, obviously, Wedding Crashers was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's one of his best works.
If not,
Did you guys ever see The
best.
Intern? I guess is what I'm.
Yeah,
saying.
you didn't like
Internship?
it?
Was
The
it intern or
Internship.
internship? With him and Vince
Internship.
Vaughn at
Yeah.
Google?
Yeah, you didn't like it?
It was just okay.
I like that a lot.
They had like an, I guess maybe like an unrated version where all they did was cuss a little bit more, and I did like it because of that. Well, I don't know. I
It's
think Owen
good.
Wilson-
I had a good laugh, but I'm not rushing out to Walmart to buy it, or like I'm not
I feel
gonna
like
rent
Owen's-
it unless we watch it for this podcast.
I feel like Owen's really good dropping the fuck bomb. Like he just has a way of like delivering it that like hits it.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious.
He's not one of the overusers of it, like
No.
Farrell or Vince Vaughn.
And when he breaks
But-
it out,
yeah.
it's so good.
When he drops it, it's like on point, and you're like, man, that line couldn't have gotten any better. It don't matter if Daniel Day-Lewis said it himself. Like, if Morgan Freeman read it out loud to you in a dream, couldn't be any better. He's so good at placing the rare F-bomb that he gets to use. But
Does he use it in Starsky and Hutch?
did they drop an F-bomb?
I don't remember. I actually didn't get to watch it this week. I have seen it a lot, but I didn't get to watch it this week.
I want to say an F-bomb got dropped, but I'm thinking more it was Vince Vaughn. And Jason Bateman, who I totally forgot was in that as his like
He's like
right-hand
his
dude.
crony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's good at what with his particular set of skills. He's good as like that like nerdy like accountant guy in like Starsky and Hutch. But then he comes along something with like a movie where he uses it to be that like
have you seen Bad Words?
quick on. I was gonna say Bad Words. In Zootopia, his character as like the fox is also like quick with the comebacks, like smooth talking, and you're like, man,
That's funny you mentioned
That's a
Jason
talent.
Bateman. He was also in Central Intelligence, and he was pretty funny.
no way.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. All these
Spoilers.
movies are like
spoilers.
connect.
But it was just a small cameo. He was only in I think 2 scenes,
But he was there.
but he was funny. Yeah, it was definitely good.
That's
he's
awesome.
good. He's good in the horrible bosses movies. Him and Jason Sudeikis both.
And Charlie Day.
Hilarious. They're
Charlie
not
Day.
cops, but yeah, Charlie Day to me is. Okay, Kevin Hart, who's the star of kind of one of these, he is a better Charlie Day. I love Kevin Hart, but I think he relies on what Charlie Day does in the sense that like they get really loud and then
like in your face.
yeah, and like they have to scream everything and they're just like running around like crazy. Charlie Day gets really annoying in my opinion.
Whoa, man.
Kevin Hart.
So I'm taking it you're not a Always Sunny in
No,
Philadelphia.
I knew
fan.
you were going to say it. No, every time I get asked,
That's
I
tragic.
say no, and then somebody's going to cuss me out and punch me.
I'm not gonna cuss you out and punch you, man. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That's
You know.
that's worse, and you know it, and that's why you said it.
I like Charlie Day. Yeah, there's times he can be like, okay,
He gets, like, so zany
Let's show
and
someone else
The
that's
louder
in
I
this
get, the
scene.
funnier I get, but it's not always like that.
He's got funny stuff. Like you said, he's obviously
Will
good.
Ferrell
at
does it
horrible
too,
bosses.
though. To be honest,
Will Ferrell is one of those kind of the same character in every movie. Like,
I just think Kevin Hart does it best. I guess is what I should have said.
See, if I had to pick between those 3, Will Ferrell, Kevin Hart, and Charlie Day all day.
Charlie all day.
Not a.
Charlie all day.
His middle name is All or Every. Charlie Every Day. No?
Like even he's in Pacific Rim, and I was like, okay, he's gonna do something not more serious because you knew his role going in, and then with his tats and everything that he was
Very blabberish.
Yeah, and then he still gets that way, and I'm like, oh come on, man, it just gives me a
Well,
headache.
so does from Workaholics, Adam Devine. I mean, he's pretty much the same all over the place, but it's awesome.
Like, I feel like
a great
sometimes
time every time you see
like
him.
the director's like, okay, improv, and then they like just go and just like don't stop, and you're like, okay, all right, you're good, you're cut, Charlie, back up, you're good. You've rambled for like 5 minutes now. Like one of those, he just keeps it like, I don't know, like you ever watch a comedy movie where like they're like bantering back and forth, but then one guy you just see like take after take of him just you can tell it's like improvised.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude,
But
back
then
up.
it's up to whoever's editing the film to decide
Right.
what
I mean,
makes it in
obviously,
and what doesn't.
Like anytime you take on a movie where you're just improvising all that, you're sitting there with how many different variations you could come up with, and you got to select like 1 or 2 to send to theaters, or maybe like the special director's cut. So you sit there forever putting in different orders, all the different comebacks, different orders, seeing what's funniest, what helps with the movie pacing.
Then you get choice anxiety and
Right. And when you get actors like Charlie Day, Adam Devine, Will Ferrell, and like every single one of his friends, like I can just imagine like filming Anchorman or something. Like how many takes they'd have to sit there and be like, oh, let's try this. This might sound better, or this might sound better. But that's the beauty of a comedy, though. And I think with what we watched, there was heavy improv in all these movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
For the better, I think.
yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. And who knows what the scripts look like, you know?
Yeah,
like I can imagine,
like
they,
little, like 90 pages or something.
they jot some down for the studio to be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. And they're like, okay, thanks. Toss that aside. All right, the scene is, you two are about to fight. Go.
Make it really loud because you're the little guy, so you want to act tough, jump around, say a lot of loud things.
Ice Cube,
Be
act
Ice
tough,
Cube. Be yourself.
We knew NWA was a long time ago, but pretend like you're still...
Did you watched Ride Along too?
Yes.
Better than the first one? Oh, did you like the first one at all? Or
It was
did you,
okay.
you
It was just
at the
okay.
bottom of the totem pole for this group here?
Yeah, out of all the ones we watched, it's definitely at the bottom.
Nick, you said it was your favorite of these.
Not Ride Along. I liked Let's Be
Be
Cops. Sorry.
Did you like Ride Along?
I did. It was all right. It got kind of weird at the end, like the fact that he was able to just tag along the whole day through every single event. Like, I didn't get how Ice Cube staged it, and Kevin Hart goes to figure it out, and he like hears them, and he's just like, oh man, and then he kind of goes with it and all that. It was very anticlimactic. Like I was like, oh well, what's he gonna do here? And I didn't like the way it finished itself off there, and then they kept going, but his wife was hot, fiance, girlfriend.
I liked it. I liked the movie. I like Kevin Hart and Ice Cube for what they do. Almost one of those, would it have been even funnier R-rated?
I think so.
Like Ice Cube,
in my opinion,
in another buddy cop comedy, the 21 Jump Street movies, Ice Cube just cussing, dropping.
he's a scene stealer.
Yeah, he's a scene stealer. And in this one, Kevin Hart took it all. Ice Cube was almost just too...
I think Ice Cube works better as a cameo than a
Like
main
in
character.
Jump
like the small character in the movie that's supposed to be really funny.
Yeah, it's like,
For like
there's
that,
Ice Cube.
5
that was
minutes.
great. Now let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't...
Back to Tatum and, O'Neal or Jonah Hill or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. Was the second one, do you think it was better, the second one?
It had aspects that were better, and it probably had some that were worse. I definitely enjoyed Kim Ji-young. I don't know how to say his name.
He's in the second one?
Yeah, but it's cool to see him play a different character because he's not the
The loud in your face.
loud in your face, jumping on your back while
like-
he's naked. It's more of he's like a nerdy guy, like hacker kind of guy, but he still has tons of sexy ladies and then Olivia Munn, she was in it
Ooh,
as
Psylocke.
kind of a love interest for Ice Cube. And
Kind of a mannequin in your opinion? Not too fond on her acting?
no, she's not great. I don't see why people keep casting her. I mean, she's obviously attractive. But I don't-
Obviously, yeah.
I don't think she's that great of an actress. And maybe it's just me projecting, but it just seems like she's like, I'm Olivia Munn, and people like me. I used to be on G4, and now I'm in movies, and
I know
that
you
makes
don't.
people feel a certain way.
I would still, as bad as I mean, I don't think she's terrible, but I still have yet to see an actress trump Jessica Alba as the stalest piece of shit that I gotta look at up there. Every movie she's in, I'm like, oh my god, really? Her looks don't even save her.
It's funny. You could tell the director of the two Ride Along movies, Tim Story, because he directed her stale acting ass, as you so valiantly put it, in the two Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, an incredibly subpar director,
Tim Story?
I would say.
And he did
I don't
better.
know.
I don't know. He did those Think Like a Man. I know he did the first one. I think he did the second one too, also starring Kevin Hart as the main guy or whatever.
Yeah, that's
but
his boy.
those were pretty funny. And Ride Along had funny moments. I'm not going to
Definitely.
discredit Tim's Story. I'm just going to say don't ever touch a comic book adaptation again. You ruined Galactus. Number 2, Fantastic Four had so much potential, and you just looked at it, wiped your ass with it, threw it in the trash can, where someone else, like a homeless man, could have that for tissue paper as well.
I still can't believe that they went with a dude in a foam suit for the Thing, for one thing, but
Budget, bro.
hey, he was a cop too, Michael Chiklis, so that counts.
It was so horrible and funny. It was kind of like a cop comedy, right?
It was
Super
sad.
cop kind of.
Right.
Tim Story did much better with, I guess, family. Has he done any R-rated stuff? Are the Think Like a Man movies R-rated?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's
Maybe
done better.
not-
He's done better than with more
Right.
young adult humor related titles.
Yeah, I think, both
Or
Ride-Alongs and the Think Like a Man's made some money at the box office, I believe. So, you can't you can't sit there and say he produced a piece of shit outside of, other than, let's see, Fantastic Four, Taxi. Was that the one with?
that movie sucked.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
movie
was a
was
terrible
awful.
movie. Barbershops, I hear, are pretty good. I've actually not seen them. So
Well, he did the
Well,
first
it looks
one.
like he looks like he only did the first one.
So he started the franchise.
Oh, he started the franchise? Okay. I don't
Super
know.
Ninja. Super Ninjas.
That's animated, right? That's a TV. Little.
Yeah, that's a TV show.
I have no idea.
All right.
He's got some credits.
Yeah,
he's got some hits out.
he's
Not the
fine.
Fantastic Fours, but he's got something. Back to Ben Stiller, and it's not so much as a buddy cop comedy as I don't know. I guess it's like some enforcement comedy. The Watch. It was supposed to be that Neighborhood Watch, but then that Trayvon Martin incident happened, and so they changed it to just The Watch. Vince Vaughn,
Yeah.
directed
Oh
by.
yeah, I love The Watch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like
Yeah.
we're doing Alien Invasion or not Alien Invasion comedies, but we're doing Alien Invasion movies next week, and I really thought about suggesting The Watch for
Right.
that, but I don't think it fits with what we're trying to go for with Independence Day
And I really liked Ben Stiller in that movie, but I like Vince Vaughn too. But I like Dodgeball. I like Starsky and Hutch was good, and I started thinking to myself, maybe I only like Ben Stiller if he's with Vince Vaughn. Because I like Vince Vaughn in a lot of shit he does.
Tropic Thunder.
I've never seen Tropic Thunder.
I haven't seen it
It's
I
really
haven't
good.
seen it collectively beginning to end in one sit down, but I have seen it. And
Right.
it is pretty funny.
I've heard it is
Even Tom Cruise
funny.
manages to get me laughing.
Right.
I don't really like
finally.
Ben Stiller, except for in certain movies, and one of them, Tropic Thunder, for sure.
What are the other ones, if I can ask?
Oh, let's see, Tropic Thunder, Zoolander,
Did you see number 2?
The Watch. No, I didn't see the second
Okay.
Zoolander.
Did you like Dodgeball?
Yes, Dodgeball was good.
There's something about Mary.
Yeah, it's fine.
What? Oh man,
Yeah, it's okay.
I just remember being blown away the first time I saw that.
There's something about I really like that movie.
Yeah.
The
I liked
Farrelly
it a
Brothers
lot when I was a
delivered.
kid, when I first saw
Ooh, yeah. That's a
it.
good.
I mean,
franchise.
they're
The
fine.
first one, it was funny. Then they
Yeah,
made
Meet the Parents
fucking
was funny the
franchise.
first time, then afterwards it just became like De Niro's got to be De Niro, and Ben Stiller's just got to react to it.
I think I was talking to you, Chris, about it. Ben Stiller's in the Night at the Museum trilogy. Oh, I hate saying that. The Night at the Museum
Yeah.
movies. And I was thinking, I think he's only good in that as like Nicolas Cage is fit for the National Treasure movies. Like
Right.
it's just it was almost like made for him. And I don't know. The first one was good. I think the second was and I still haven't seen the third one. But
Like, we need a bumbling like shy, not know how to take it
right,
actor, and then who they got? Ben Stiller.
who happens to be readily available. And Jonah Hill
Yeah.
manages to show up, who kind of like teams up with them sometimes, but he's mainly like, I'm with Seth Rogen's crew, but you guys are like my side bitch crew.
Well, that's right. He's also with them in The Watch as well.
Yeah.
And I was glad. I think I liked The Watch too because Jonah Hill was not the funny guy. Like
I disagree. I think he was hilarious. I think he was one of the funnier characters.
He was
Vince
he was
Vaughn and-
there, and he was funny, but I think Vince Vaughn outshined.
I love his and Vince Vaughn's little like relationship.
I do like that. I did. I
That's
thought that
hilarious.
was funny.
And then when he's talking to the girls at the party, Jonah Hill,
who's their fourth guy? The
Richard
the guy from
Aoye or whatever his name is.
yeah, that's
the
right.
IT
Yeah.
crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
He was great.
The actual like the alien imposter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hilarious, and I want to see that dude do more.
Yeah, he
but
was funny. I think is he a director too?
I think he's done some stuff.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. See, I had no idea who he was. So in the trailer, seeing an unfamiliar face drop some funny lines, I was like,
Yeah,
I
was like,
want to see
Who
this.
is this guy thinking he can show up with these big names, these heavy hitters who have a base in the comedy world, and thinks he can just do it?
Right.
And the Lonely Island guy directed The Watch, right? Akifas Schaffer.
Did you see their
He did.
cameo in that movie?
Oh yeah,
Their
the
little,
dudes at
the little
orgy.
circle, their little circle jerk at the orgy.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Manhattan. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Billy Crudup.
Yeah, that was
Something to
Dr.
look
Manhattan
for.
from Watchmen. Yeah. That was a solid movie. Okay, so what I've been waiting for, I don't know, Nick, you might have been waiting for it too. You're looking anxious. Central Intelligence. Did you see it, Nick?
I've not seen.
Oh,
it
okay. I thought you said. Oh,
Yeah,
Justin
he
went
bailed
with
on me.
them. Okay. Did you like it?
You know, it was better than Ride Along, for sure.
Both of them?
Good.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Was Kevin Hart and The
Kevin
Rock?
Hart was Kevin Hart, but he wasn't like I figured we were just getting Ride Along 3 or Twins 2, but it was good. I like The Rock a lot though. So going
do
into
I.
that, I knew I was going to enjoy The Rock's performance.
And he was funny in the trailers too.
He was funny.
He was funny in the trailers.
The whole movie was funny. The theater was cracking up. Like, it's weird. I've been to like a lot bigger movies like in recent months, and this had the biggest turnout. It seemed like.
Nice.
I don't know why. There was a bunch of people in there, and everybody was rolling. Everybody was laughing their ass off.
That's good
And-
because there's a lot of competition out right now with Dory and.
It's hard for comedies to make money nowadays, I feel like, with blockbusters having to space themselves out, so it's almost like you don't get a week where you can slip in something like this and it do good. So that's awesome to hear. It's the theater was packed. I mean,
it was a small theater, but it had. I guess it just maybe had more people in it than I thought. it
size
was
doesn't
going
matter.
to.
Yeah,
If
most
it's-
of the ones we went to lately was
if it's full, it's full.
was pretty
Well, yeah.
empty.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I definitely probably won't buy it.
Okay.
But if it's ever on, maybe I'll watch it.
Well, if you did or didn't like their performance, they are going to be reteaming for Jumanji.
Right, I heard about that.
They're in Jumanji together?
They are rebooting Jumanji at Sony, I think.
With Jack Black?
With Jack Black
also
is
in
what
it?
I heard. And I was like, I don't know how you like, and I guess it's supposed to be more based on the book as opposed to like a reboot of the movie. I'm still confused where three grown men come in where it's a one grown dude, and a white or
Okay, I got it.
female lead, two kids.
Jack Black is going to play young Kirsten Dunst. Kevin Hart is the young boy who turns into the monkey. And The Rock is Robin Williams. There you go.
They said they were going to do him some honor, so we'll see. I think The Rock is funny.
I think they're
but
going
he's
to
not
honor,
Robin
maybe
Williams
honor
funny.
his character. Like, oh, Alan Parrish or whatever Robin Williams' name
yeah.
is. That's what I think. I don't think it's probably a dedication to Robin Williams, but I think in movie they'll say something about his character, maybe like, once a man was trapped in here for 25
They
years.
said
or-
it's supposed to be good, so it better not be
Yeah.
some suck ass line.
And Jumanji's actually what a lot of people have said was the next greatest step in CGI next to Jurassic Park.
I can believe that in like one scene, and that's like with the lion. Like the lion coming at him, and he like runs out of the way, and it like jumps in the doorway,
Right.
and he traps it.
It's really CGI-y. CGI.
The stampede, the whole stampede.
Yeah, the
is
stampede
CGI.
scene. Very CGI heavy, and you can almost see it.
The monkeys are. I'm just like,
Yeah, that's
what are
true.
you doing?
That's true.
So we'll see, Rock. You can do a lot of stuff.
Well, I think he's great, man. I've seen him in. Did you ever see Be Cool?
I didn't like Be Cool, but
You didn't like it?
no.
I remember turning off Be Cool.
Oh, I
I just could
thought it was
not
good.
get into
I was a
it.
young cinephile then. I would maybe give it a chance
prepubescent
today.
cinephile.
Another chance, but I remember turning it off. Yeah.
And then Pain and Gain, I thought he was awesome.
The Rock I think he's good at everything he does. Truly. He's funny. He can be definitely badass when he wants to be. And he's going to play Black Adam in Shazam coming out in 2019?
Yeah,
that is stellar casting.
he's I think probably the best to come out with a career in Hollywood out of WWE.
I think
I mean, he's
yeah,
else is there?
yeah.
I don't. I mean, I know Andre the Giant was really popular.
Hulk
I
Hogan
guess
started
financially, it's an
some
obvious
things. Yeah.
obvious win for The Rock. But I mean, they've had some. Andre the Giant was pretty good.
Who was Drax the Destroyer?
Batista.
Oh, that's another one. Dave Bautista. He looks like to be the next one.
Okay.
I feel like The Rock did a lot of. I feel like every other wrestler has had to go through the run of shit
John
B
Cena?
movie straight to DVDs to get to the theater stuff. The Rock, I feel like, jumped straight to theater, less of
Yeah.
the crap shit DVD movies, and just jumped straight into blockbusters and just took off. Like Dave Bautista, you can go to Walmart and sit there for 10 minutes and pick out movies where he didn't go to theaters, But then you look at also oh shit, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in 007 Spectre, the newest, whatever the latest James
Spectre.
Bond movie is. He's in that. So he's got some theater stuff, and then you're like, you've had the suck road to get here. The Rock just
The Man with the Iron Fist. He's in that.
yeah, see another, I think crap kind of B movie, but
That's
we
still
know
made
whatever.
its way into theaters though.
Yeah.
To prove the point, I guess.
The Rock is definitely, I think, the most successful wrestler turned actor.
Yeah, well, we followed him for a long time. I remember watching The Rundown. I really liked that. Really liked The
Back
Rundown.
in his day,
Walking
2003.
Tall, I think is hilarious or good. So I don't know. I'm sticking around, and I'm definitely going to keep following him. He says, especially if he's signed on to the DC Extended Universe. Black Adam,
Oh, of course.
Get him.
Right.
And
Right.
Channing Tatum, the other buddy cop, is sort of rumored for a role there, so maybe
Yeah.
they'll just be copping that shit up.
Rumors of him dropping Gambit to play a DC character. God, I don't know who he could play.
No, that's Shazam, is what I'm saying. Like
Oh,
Captain Marvel.
specifically for Shazam?
Well, who's left? And
Oh.
if you get Channing Tatum, I mean,
Yeah, he's no Hal Jordan. He's no Green Lantern. I don't like him as he's got the kid-like capability of playing Shazam, like that young kid trapped in like a super body, right?
Yeah.
Like he could play that really well. He just doesn't look the damn part. And I understand you don't have to look exactly like the comic book, but put him next to The Rock and Channing Tatum, you don't have a physique next to that.
he's going to need to blow up. And I mean that, like, he's going to need to put muscles on his muscles. Like, if you're going to compete with The Rock as your bad guy, you got to be able to stand up to him in a believable sense. So I don't want to see him, like, doing his, like, stripper dance body.
Magic
that's just, like,
Miking
really
all over
cut.
The Rock.
Yeah, right. Like, I want to see him hit that gym 6,000 calories a day on a Rock diet.
The worst part about The Rock being Shazam is, dude, who are you going to get to match him?
Black Adam.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Unless you have Henry
does Shazam
Cavill,
stand up?
Cavill, Superman in there next to him, and I don't even know how size-wise he would be. But as long as they're not like, oh, we should get another wrestler to face The Rock in Shazam.
Oh, yeah, sure. No, I think that's a role they'll take seriously,
Like-
but
John Cena. Who'll be Shazam? Like, oh my god. Well, send that to the graveyard,
Well,
DC.
what if it's awesome though? What if they do it and it's amazing?
With John Cena?
Yeah.
Don't kid Tyler.
if he looked different, I don't know how to say that. I don't know, it's going to sound rude, but if he had more, like, cute, boyish face as opposed to, like, look at me, I'm a muscle-bound, like, freak
Like,
face,
the
his
bones
attitude,
in my
I think,
face are
would be
so
perfect
defined.
John Cena. No way would I ever want to see it, but in another world, he could do it.
And he would need to reshape his physique.
Yeah,
He's
he's definitely
really,
too
like,
big in some
trapped,
places.
Like tries, buys, chest, like a bodybuilder physique.
Yeah,
the
very
chest,
much.
you can see the decline into his abs, and you would need to like level it out, like become more. I want to say
Human shaped.
Yes, like not monster shaped.
Yeah.
More aerodynamic, I guess, like muscle wise. Like what is the word I'm looking for here? We even it all out.
I don't know.
Like some sort of
Balance.
balance.
Yeah, I balance it all out instead of just looking like some like top heavy freak. Like I almost feel like he can't touch his forehead because his biceps would wreck his forearms. Like he just couldn't do it.
You know, I think Tatum's role as a cop in 22 Jump Street was the most physically fit cop we saw out of all of them. He seemed to be the only one running around, like, chasing the perp, like, tackling dudes. Like, Ice Cube just had to, like, stand up and, like, look at me. Obviously,
Yeah.
Jonah Hill, Kevin Hart, those guys aren't doing it. Will Ferrell, I don't know. Was Mark Wahlberg pretty tough? Was he?
He was tougher than Will Ferrell.
No, not really.
I mean, he was definitely tougher than Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell was like, I don't really fight at all, blah, 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 blah. But Mark Wahlberg was also a lot of bark, no bite. But that's his character, like, we're not, we are just the other guys.
He's a peacock. You gotta let him fly.
That's a peacock.
The Let's Be Cops guys, they were pussies. So Tatum was the only one that seemed to get that, like, the hardcore, like, go
what's
get
his
him
name,
cop, like,
Johnson?
Lethal Weapon style.
Jake Johnson? Is that his
Yeah.
name? I don't know. He was pretty brave for his size and
Yeah.
stature.
Like,
but
he
he-
responded
but
to the
he
calls
was-
like, oh shit, okay, this is doing it. And Damon Wayans was like, whoa.
Well, Ice
Like,
Cube was brave in his roles, but he wasn't like the physically fit, run you down,
Right.
tackle you, crush you, like
Ice Cube also did it for a
police
living.
obstacle course winner every year type.
The only thing is Ice Cube's cop did it for like every day for a living, and he was one of those like I go more on like they see me and instantly get intimidated. So it's not like he goes for just an intimidating look appeal and then bring out the badass Ice Cube bravado later. Whereas Jake Johnson was like, oh, I've got no training. Oh shit, there's a burglary. Oh,
he
toss
is
me
the
in,
only
man.
action cop that's based on action because of his body, not because of like these sweet car
No,
chases
you're right, you're
and
right.
these sweet
You're right.
guns we're using.
Well, The Rock and the other guys, you could kind of say that too, because he was one of the badass.
Yeah, but he dies. He's not the lead.
So I just feel like that was so
There's
outlandish.
another
like,
bit in Central Intelligence where he like falls out of a building.
Does he die?
No,
Okay.
spoiler.
Spoiler.
Okay, who do you think was your favorite police chief or captain?
Well, all right. So
And-
we're looking at Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at
Ice Cube. Oh wait,
Ice Cube, yeah.
no.
who is his captain?
Well, in general, well, he's in the Jump
that
Street movies.
the white haired guy.
I guess we could still count him.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he was a captain
So we'll
in
say Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in Ride Along was not
anyone
notable.
significant. Yeah.
I thought he
Who
was
do we
going to end up being bad too.
Who was it? in
Starsky and Hutch, the black guy. Oh, okay. Remember the older one at the end? Ben Stiller goes for the behind the back shot and shoots him. He's like, "Damn it, who shot me?" And he's like, "Oh man, sorry, Captain Owen Wilson's like, oh no, Vince Vaughn's character, insert name here, shot you. It was him." And he's like, "Yeah, it was not me. It was." Michael Keaton was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Starsky, the other guys, he was pretty funny. I don't know. Let's Be Cops didn't really have a captain. I guess if you almost want to call like Rob Riggle their captain as
You don't have to say Rob Riggle.
I don't know. Rob Riggle is
he's
one of
our
those.
representative captain.
He is fucking funny. Not saying that because he's a KC native. Saying that because it's true.
And he
I think-
happens to be a Casey.
And he had also in 21 Jump Street. Not a cop, obviously. He's the bad guy, the principal. But it's funny how these guys just connect through all these movies. Like 3 of these guys were on this movie. Oh wait, they're all 3 in this other movie of the same
Two of them
exact
over
genre.
here, and then these 2, which are different 2 but still connected.
I wonder how many of them reference each other. You know, like
Oh, I imagine it happens a lot. Think about because a comedy you don't got to take seriously. So they're like, oh, who do I want? Let's get my friend. I haven't worked with Nick in a while. Is he free?
hey, you know any funny other guys like on speed dial that you could call up? And he's like, dude, Rob Riggle? Yeah, hold on.
Well, they probably do it for cheaper too, to be
I
in their
guess
buddies'
that's true.
movies. You know what I
Save on
mean?
the budget.
Yeah.
Because like you look at these comedies with all these like a ton of different comedy superstars. They fit them into one movie. The budget's got to be insane unless they're like, oh, for you, I'll do it for cheaper. You know what I mean?
How many of these movies were predictable in the sense that every bad guy was running drugs or guns? Or both?
Well, that's the same with every
It
cop
was all of
movie.
them, right?
I think so. The worst thing.
Let's
about-
start making buddy comedies where the bad guy has like a real motive and like is doing stuff.
Well, the worst thing about all the newer buddy cop comedies seems to be that the story doesn't matter. It's like,
They go for
okay,
just,
we got some cops, we got some bad guys. Let's just make the bad guy Russian and throw some guns and drugs in there.
Yeah, maybe
now
they
let's start. What are the jokes? Yeah, but the story. Forget the story. We plotted the story
Yeah.
out. We're on to jokes now.
They need to invest in a bad guy then to make us worthy of a story that we want to see. Because that's my thing. Like all the villains are forgettable, and I know it's about your heroes, you know, but I don't know. Let's mix things up.
Villain-wise, in the movies we watched, I'm trying to think. Lawrence Fishburne wasn't really much in the first Ride Along movie, just because he wasn't there till the very last.
Yeah.
And he wasn't coming after what Kevin Hart did, you know, like never-ending scene of him pretending to be Omar.
Yeah, that was a long scene.
Like,
That was his whole thing, though. Like, oh, shit's hitting the fan. I better pretend to be someone, and I'll be outlandish and loud.
Yeah.
And people will think that's funny.
like, you could definitely tell he just went wild with that scene. Not like crazy. I mean, but like the director was like, yeah, man, just say. But it was funny when he
They
was.
were
He
definitely
was like, I thought
funny.
Omar was 6'4". Shoots him in the foot around. He's like, how tall is Omar now?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh shit,
That was good. That was one of the
funny.
better lines.
My thing was like, dude, Ice Cube, he's trying to save you. Go with it. You know, he should have been like, oh shit, Omar, like, you found me, or I'm caught, or whatever. Like, let's, you know, you gotta kill me, man. Like, he should have went with it. Instead, he just like left Kevin Hart there, like rolling. You know, he's just rolling his eyes, like, ugh.
he left him in every scenario way past like a logical time zone,
Yeah.
time frame.
Like when Kevin Hart thought the 116 or whatever was fake at the club
126.
with the two dudes that Ice Cube looks at it instantly. He's like, the Serbians. It's those two Serbians. The black guy and that white guy. They're Serbians. Like, dude, you know how many other black guys and white guys were in that club, and you just you point out two dudes who you've not seen. All you know is that one's black and one's white, and you're instantly like, that's them.
Maybe that
And
was
then once he
more-
pulls the gun or Kevin Hart acts up, then they pull their guns, and it just happens to be right. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, Sherlock Holmes. Like,
It's more of that video game knowledge that he keeps talking about, which is like crushing me as a video game player. That didn't even look like a real game he was playing, for one, because it looked like his copy was in there somewhere, like his face, you know.
oh yeah.
I think that's just a bit, though.
I think it was
Yeah,
just
I know, but I
comedy
was.
for the
Oh, that's
movie.
what bugs me. I was like, no, show your skills, play a real game, let's see it. But he was like throwing the basics of first-person shooters in your face, like, and then acting like he knows everything.
Well, I think the game in Let's Be Cops kind of looked fun. patrolman or whatever.
I guess that's true. Yeah, but
Did that not look kind of like a cool concept?
I liked how it was GTA graphic. I mean, there was blood coming out, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I liked. It's funny how both of those had like video game aspects in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much these movies are actually alike. But both of those I thought were.
We call that recycling plots.
Kevin Hart's, video game arc was, oh, this is going to help me in the end when I'm supposed to be a badass, right? I have all this knowledge because I play video games. Whereas Damon Wayans was, my cop game got rejected. Just so happens, my buddy here wants to be a cop. After pretending to be a cop, and my dream gets made. I don't know. He went in there and like held up the office. It was just like, we're going to make this game. And then them getting to see all the action firsthand.
Well, I feel like Ride Along just didn't have anything for me to connect to. Like, I didn't like Kevin Hart as a person. It's like, you're screwing up. You're not making this investigation go smoothly. You do happen to, like, guess some clues, and now you think you're this big shot detective. You didn't even get the clue. You just said the thing that inspired the clue. You didn't do anything. You just talked a lot, and something you said. So, Ice Cube is doing all the detective work, and it seems like Kevin Hart's trying to take all the credit. And he does save him a couple times, and like...
Look. I mean, he saved him a couple times.
Yeah. But it just seems like... And then Ice Cube you don't want to root for because he's just a dick.
Yeah.
But at least he's, somewhat responsible.
First off, for a guy who's like a basic like hall monitor at a freaking school, his place was really nice. So his wife must be doing some serious work at whatever job she's got. She must be a model. Does it ever say? I don't know. She just hangs out at home that one day.
Yeah, I don't know what it says.
She's not like a.
It's just
I'm off.
It's so focused on her being like, my brother and my soon-to-be husband need to get along, and but James don't want him. And is Kevin Hart a cop in the second one?
Yeah. So the difference is he's a cop.
Predictable.
And he's going on like
a special ride along this time.
It's kind of a ride along again, but
so he's
on detective business. He's shadowing him, I guess.
Okay.
But he's still too new to be a detective. And then Ice Cube gets called onto this big case in like Miami, and that was like the best part of the second movie was Kevin Hart's Miami wardrobe. With the silk shirts and the fedoras, and like nailed it. Like whoever did the costumes for the second one did a really good job.
It's awesome, man.
And so he talks Ice Cube into bringing him, and Ice Cube's like, I'm going to show him he doesn't have what it takes to be a detective, so he'll just get that out of his head right now.
So they're rehashing
it's the same thing.
Oh, man.
But like at first it's like, I'm going to show him that he can't be a cop. Now I'm going to show him that he can't be a detective.
I don't know.
That's the problem.
The problem with buddy cop movies is, okay, well, one, either way, there's one of two outcomes. You get the guy or you don't, right? Someone either dies or they don't. Or someone died to get him or they didn't. They always come back to get your family members or your partner, or your partner always turns on you. And it's really the whole time you're still watching the movie, like, halfway through, you're like, okay, have I seen the bad guy yet? I think it's that guy. Have I seen... Yeah. Is that guy going to die at the end? Because, they're setting him up like this. They're really predictable. Like, I could almost sit there and watch all these
really
and be like, okay, I know this is going to happen.
That's one thing about other guys that was cool. It almost felt like a meta cop movie, like, we know cop movies are the same, and we're going to still do the things, but we're going to do it in a silly way.
I thought they were almost making fun of it.
I think they were.
Which one?
Other
guys. Like, they kept dropping these almost like fourth dimensional lines.
Yeah.
Like, about, movies, but about their movie almost.
Uh-huh.
And it shames me. I can't remember, like, a single one. But it did feel like they were just, like, mocking what they're doing, like, their movie, their premise. I can't think of an example. I don't know if you have one.
No, but I did love the running bit with Captain Gene with the TLC references.
Oh, yeah.
Like the chasing waterfalls and what was it? Oh, he doesn't want no scrubs and...
Yeah. And he took his cop bravado to the Bed Bath & Beyond, his side job.
Yeah.
Like, he's giving the team meeting. He's got the bulletin boards and, the pictures, and it's all set up like he's giving the police their, morning, whatever they do. Yeah. And I loved that he took the Bed Bath & Beyond to the station, and he took the station to Bed Bath & Beyond. Michael Keaton.
The new bath mats are in, people.
Yeah. He was funny all around.
He was the best part of that movie.
The other guys I thought was very well done. Like, Will Ferrell wasn't the crazy one. Like, he had those little spurts, Like Mark Wahlberg just was in your face yelling, and then Rob Riggle and Damon Wayans Jr. just dropping one-liners on these guys, making fun of them.
And I loved Will Ferrell's relationship to all these sexy ladies.
Yeah, very funny. That was
Yeah, that's right. His wife is Ava Mendes, right?
Yeah.
God, yeah, she's...
And I know her acting is, a little, here
No,
and there
I think
sometimes.
she was great in the movie.
She was. That's what I'm saying. She was good in the movie at what she did. Just saying, sometimes her acting is here and there.
She was in Ghost Rider.
Anything in Ghost Rider. Sam Elliott was in Ghost Rider. I don't like him anymore either.
She's been in some stuff that's shown her.
What's that one
more
with her?
dramatic side? We Own the
Wahlberg.
Night.
Oh, that
she's
other
in
one with her and Wahlberg. We Own the Night. Her and Wahlberg and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Robert Duvall. I've seen it here or there. Will Ferrell, cop. Kevin Hart, cop. Now, none of them are cops in Get Hard, but it was pretty good. So they teamed up.
Right.
Two
and
kind
it's a
of
similar
and they do kind of like loudmouth it, like run around all crazy and stuff. But
crime and punishment justice kind of movie.
yeah,
Yeah. Will Ferrell's also in Starsky and Hutch. Big Earl.
Yeah.
The tattooist who
right.
makes him like, or the jacket guy.
Yeah.
Not the tattooist, sorry. But the dragons.
Uh-huh.
Made Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller prance around like dragons or whatever.
So you did come around a little bit on Starsky
Yeah,
and
no,
Hutch?
it was a lot funnier than what I remember. Like I said, I think I was just too young to appreciate it. And as you watch it, there's definitely a lot of shots that make it look like a 70s cop show. Like
yeah, they did a
where
good job
he
on their like production
jumps in the
stuff.
frame and then like quickly zooms up on him, all action style. Like gun in the frame next to his head. Like I'm ready to kick some ass. Like
Well, one funny thing about Central Intelligence, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but any movie with The Rock in it, Justin kind of pointed this out, they do this shot of him where they pan around him, and he's kind of just standing there looking buff and tough while, like, the music goes on and things go... You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, there's a couple scenes where, like
a character
he gets
poster pose.
surrounded, right? And he does the turn around real slow while the camera pans the other way kind of thing, and, like... It works really well for The Rock. And one cool thing about Central Intelligence was it didn't really pan out like I thought it was going to based on the trailers. Because when you watch the trailers, it seemed like him and Kevin Hart were just going to be instant buddies, and they were... Maybe I just felt this way, but they were going to go on this adventure together.
right.
But there was a lot of resistance from Kevin Hart the whole time. Because the whole time they kind of play on this dynamic of, can you trust The Rock, or is The Rock really the bad guy the whole time?
Oh, I see. I didn't know they take that approach to it.
The CIA is chasing him the whole time.
They're chasing the Rock.
Yeah, that's
Even
why
though he
in the
is-
trailer when he's like, "Are you in or out?" and he's like, "I'm out," and he's like, "Well, they think you're in, so you're in." And he's like, "No, I'm out," and he's like, "Probably one of those perception versus reality kind of things." And like the whole time, he's just trying to get out. And then the CIA has him, and they're like, "Okay, when you're with him, press this button, and we'll come get him." And then The Rock's like, "You can't turn me in. I'm not the bad guy. It's the Black Badger." So he's looking for the Black Badger the whole time, and the CIA's like, "The Rock is the Black Badger," and then The Rock's like, "No, someone else is the Black Badger," and then Kevin Hart thinks that the CIA lady's the Black Badger. And then, like, at the very end, there's this weird thing where suddenly everyone's cool again. Like, the Black Badger gets discovered.
Can I ask who it was? Was it someone famous? Was it
The
big
Black
celebrity?
Badger?
Yeah.
Okay, spoilers.
Spoiler. Okay, am I the only one that wants to know? Because if not,
Yeah, let's hear
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, okay. We're all okay.
Aaron Paul.
Oh.
Breaking Bad, Aaron
Yeah.
Paul. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so they catch him, and suddenly the CIA agent's just like, huh, "Yeah, okay, Rock, you're back, and everything's cool. And oh, Kevin Hart, if you want to be part of the Central Intelligence Agency, maybe we'll have a spot for you." And then it like seemed at the end like he worked for the CIA, even though the CIA was trying to kill The Rock the entire time. So it's like, "Oh, sorry, we messed up, buddy. We tried to kill you, and we tried to kill your friend, and now everything's cool." And then they like go to like the 20-year anniversary of the school, or not of the school, of their graduation. It was
Right.
a reunion. So they go to that, and like Kevin Hart is like hacks into the system and like makes him the winner somehow of the homecoming king of the party, you
Right.
know? And he was like, I don't know, it was just
But
kind of
overall,
kind of a dumb ending, really.
overall, a good movie though.
It was good. It was
See, I
fun.
think The Rock is so funny in the trailers.
yeah, he
Like it
definitely
seemed like he was a different type of funny than what he's used to, and I don't know if I can ever actually like explain it.
Well, he's not. He's the same type of funny.
Okay, well, whatever.
Which on-screen duo was your favorite? Like which pair? And I know Kevin Hart has a couple of categories.
Which buddy cops?
Right.
Ooh,
Which of our heroes were? None of them died either. That's the thing about buddy cops is that none of the buddies die. They're gonna live, right? They all live.
Yeah, all the buddies live.
I really like Jake Johnson a lot, but I didn't like
Damon Wayans.
Damon
I was
Wayans
thinking
Jr.
the
in
same thing. Yeah.
So I would almost have to go with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
I'll stick hard to the other guy.
Yeah, I did like Stiller and Owen Wilson's thing, but it's one of those
You like blondes or brunettes?
because
I'll take
Yeah.
the blonde. Good, because I'll take anything.
it's one of those like they're both funny, but Ben Stiller's trying to be the hard ass, and Owen Wilson's like, I'm gonna kick back my usual self. Like, if I can go outside of what we watched,
Oh, are we?
I'm gonna
outside?
say Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan from the Rush Hour movies.
I'll second that if we're going outside of what we watched.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, they were.
I'd say
and-
Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill are behind them.
And maybe it's
But-
the
That's
I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
say the cultural dynamic, the cultural opposite between the two. But I read like during the first movie they had trouble really understanding each other. Chris Tucker coming in so fast, and Jackie Chan. It said because he hadn't like perfected his English, and I was like, he's been in a ton of movies where. Okay, anyways,
he did a lot of Hong Kong movies
yeah.
or whatever.
So I
you know,
guess
like,
maybe he was still a
in
little bit
China.
new at the time. What was it, like 2001, 1999, something
Yeah,
like that.
so he was really like taking off here.
And those three Rush Hour movies are, to me, I think they're hilarious. Jackie Chan's stunts always wow me.
One
Chris
and two were
Tucker's
really
coming in
great,
hot and fast.
3 was fine. I don't think 3 was phenomenal.
I think 1 and 2 were rated R though, and number 3 was PG-13.
Are we going to get a fourth one ever? Have you guys heard?
No, they had a TV show.
They talked about it. Then they had a TV show
Were
that
they in
lasted
it?
one.
No.
Then
Well,
they,
that's
that was
why-
like a reboot. So I don't know if they're going to try to swing Brett Ratner back and work something out.
Did I hear Damon Wayans Jr. was taking over the Lethal Weapon reboot TV show?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
So
that's
he'll be
if you said he left New Girl, he is taking over the role of Danny Glover's
I think so.
character or his son, whatever. He is the lead, the black male lead in the new Lethal Weapon TV show.
Who's going to play Mel Gibson?
I don't know.
Lethal Weapon's pretty good. I haven't seen all 4 of them, but the first one is really good.
First one goes
It's a
down as like a
cop
classic,
Yeah,
and
Richard
then the other
Donner.
3 like not as good ones go down as like, oh, it's a really good franchise. Oh, but the first Lethal Weapon I think is regarded as one of the best.
It's definitely pretty good. It might be worth checking out. Gary Busey, when he had a career, is the bad guy.
Mel Gibson, when he had a career, was one of the stars. When everyone had a career back then,
Before he got anti-Semitic. Yeah.
How many were there? Because
4.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia does Lethal Weapon spoofs on their show. And the first one was pretty funny. I thought the second one was a little much. But because they did a whole episode devoted to it one time.
Right.
And then one time they just played their Lethal Weapon 4 or 5 or whatever. And it was pretty funny. And like, you guys don't watch it, but like Mac and Dennis like switch places halfway through, and one of them does blackface and the other one doesn't, and it's like a whole thing. Man, I wish you guys watched that show.
Well, maybe if we do one about TV shows, then
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite cop TV show? Because there's a million of them.
Yeah, I'm not big into the cop shows.
No?
I'm not.
I don't think so. No, it's not.
I mean,
They're all
I've wa-
formulaic, you know.
Yeah, I've
Not
watched.
that, well,
I've watched some stuff like Psych is only okay. All the
Psych is
CSIs
great.
are the same.
Psych is great,
I don't
and that's
like-
a different formula than most cop shows.
I was catered to HBO and Stars for a long time, so if like normal televised sitcoms to me, where you like insert laughs and stuff, it's got to be really on point if I'm going to be drawn
I'm not
into it.
talking about just necessarily comedies. I'm like,
Yeah, I was gonna say True Detective.
True Detective.
The
was-
first
man.
season.
wishes
First
it was
season.
what The Killing is.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about all this stuff. Okay.
The Killing is amazing. The Killing
yeah.
is like the first 2 seasons are just based on one case, so you don't get a new case every episode.
Right.
But it's set in Seattle, so it's rainy and dreary the whole time, and it's just got this mood to it, and like the actors are really good, and it's like the
It's
guy
got
from
RoboCop in it.
Yeah, the recent RoboCop's in it, and he's awesome, and like it's a really good
Joel
show.
something, right?
It
Joel-
got
Joel Kinnaman?
got
Yeah, that's
3 seasons, then it got canceled. Netflix picked it up and gave it an ending with a 4th season.
was the 4th season worth it?
Yeah, it was a lot shorter than the other ones, but
Netflix does that to a lot of shows. Like
Yeah.
Arrested Development got the same way.
which
Um,
was awesome. Arrested Development's amazing. I think they're doing another
Longmire?
season, aren't they?
is that Lou Diamond Phillips one?
Yeah.
I think that got the
Isn't
same
Katie Sackhoff in
treatment. It's kind of a big deal. Everyone talks like what shows they want like revivals of and stuff. Like,
Dexter, another good cop show. I heard they're trying
Fuller
to bring
House.
that back.
ooh, yeah, Dexter would
I
be good.
mean, as far as like
yeah.
bringing shit back.
Fuller House was generally well received. Season
Girl
2, I
Meets
think, is
World.
coming along.
Girl Meets World is the thing.
That's on TV though, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't know. If you
Yeah, I
meant
thought we were talking like
strictly
specifically
Netflix
shows
purchases.
Netflix
Yeah.
picked up to
Yeah, my bad.
carry them on.
My bad.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Cop shows just aren't my thing.
there's too many of them. There's so many of them out there. It's just hard to, one, find time to even watch one, and two, you got to figure out what to invest in your rare time that you have.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is really good.
Is that Andy Samberg?
Yeah, but it's also got what's his name?
Terry Crews?
Terry Crews.
Is that
It's really good. I think it's hilarious.
Terry Crews is also in Starsky and Hutch, right? Played one of the
Was he?
he very small role. Played one of the guys who's gonna win the car full of drugs. Like one of the crew,
That's
crewmen
right,
or whatever.
yeah.
But you don't find out whatever happens to the crew. You only see like 2 of them get arrested.
You know what buddy cop movie I didn't even think about doing, which we totally should have done? White Chicks.
Oh man,
Missed opportunity. I didn't think about that.
that
one.
is a solid movie.
a Wayans movie.
Yeah, Wayans for sure.
What? Damon Wayne Jr.'s uncle? I think.
I might
Uncles,
put
I
that
guess.
above
I don't
every
know.
movie
Uncles,
we
yeah,
watched.
3 of them.
White
as
Chicks
one
is
of my
good, but
favorites.
it's almost a different category altogether.
Yeah,
I, mean, I guess it's definitely buddy cop, but it's
yeah.
like,
I mean, they're undercover the whole time. You could say
There's
that.
not a
That's
sibling
true.
cop.
I like a
comedy,
good
so.
cop movie where we see cop stuff. Almost like like maybe they're not super like Jake Johnson. They're learning their stuff along the way. So I don't expect them to go balls deep into like a police detective work type of thing. But like let's look at Hot Fuzz. Like that was cool. That was a good cop movie.
it's another example of like a meta cop movie.
Yeah, agreed.
Because a lot of the stuff in Hot Fuzz was in there because it was a cop movie.
Right.
Like they had to pull from other cop movies to make their cop movie.
right. And I don't want to go too deep into Hot Fuzz because Sinners we already had. Our Edgar Wright episode. Make sure to check it out.
So check it out.
We
You
talk
can-
about Hot Fuzz.
You can
and-
see me tell Chris I told you
Edgar
so.
right or Edgar wrong.
That's right. That's
Episode
right.
7, I think.
Check it out. That was a good episode. I was proven wrong.
We don't have to remember now that we're in double digits.
Right.
Oh yeah, so that's not an obligation of ours anymore.
That's right. That's right.
We're big time now.
You guys ever seen those 48 Hours or Beverly Hills Cop? Those are both Eddie Murphy cop movies, right?
I think I've seen it.
I
It's been a while.
have not, but
I think I've seen the first
I
Beverly Hills
I
Cop.
think they've
That was
got
good.
fairly good reps though.
I think they're making another one.
I thought it was
heard talks
another
about
one
number
they're taking
4.
to a show. Oh, is it a 4th movie?
I
Well,
thought that I had heard.
I
On Beverly Hills
heard-
Cops, yeah.
I heard that Eddie Murphy is only in if they're going to take it seriously and make like a good sequel.
Man, it's one of those. It's been so long. Would it do good? Would a studio invest the
Would
time and
Eddie
money
Murphy
to make it
do
good?
He sucks now.
I feel like he went the Tim Allen way and just went really kid friendly with stuff.
Yeah,
and it's
he
like,
paid
no,
for it.
man, you threw your career down the tank doing
Mike
that.
Myers.
Like Mike Myers, you can't you can't show what made you famous. Your comedy, your quips, your funniness, your cussing. Like,
Maybe that's to
What-
get out of that typecasting though.
I can agree to it. I guess I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they all went downhill. That's
Yeah,
all.
I'm not saying it's good. I agree with you. They went downhill.
Yeah.
We to switch subjects here real quick. When we went to see Central Intelligence, there was a trailer before the movie for Kevin Hart's next thing that's going to be coming to theaters. I think it's his next thing. It's actually a full comedy special going to theaters, like a stand-up comedy special.
Kevin Hart's got one coming to theaters.
He's
Yes.
had one of those.
Like in theaters?
I
Like he sells out like a football stadium.
Yeah, it's a movie that's integrated with a comedy show. It's like some weird thing where he's like gambling with some high rollers to get the money to pay for his stand-up special that sells out a whole stadium.
nice.
So he's bringing stand-up comedy to theaters.
I think him and Vince Vaughn have had like stand-up shows come to theaters.
Vince Vaughn does
So you can-
stand-up?
I think he presented a tour. Like Vince Vaughn's like young and wild upcoming comedians or something. Because I think Justin Long was in it or had like a set list in it or something like that. It was years ago.
As far as I know, he's the only comedian. I don't think other people are doing sets, but I could be wrong.
Did Kevin Hart just come to town recently with Eddie Murphy's brother?
He's got a brother.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy. Apparently, I
never
didn't know
watched
this
Chappelle
either till he came to town.
No,
You guys never watched the Chappelle Show?
No.
No.
Oh, that's why you didn't know who Charlie Murphy
I don't
was.
like Dave Chappelle though.
Whoa!
He just seemed too loud
Sorry,
and
sinners, that's-
obnoxious.
I'm gonna have to
I was
take my leave now.
I was never into Dave Chappelle.
That's
All I
so
remember
sad.
is everyone being like, "I'm Rick James, bitch," and I was like, if I
well,
hear
don't
that
let
again,
taint your
no.
perception of
it got
Dave
blasted into
Chappelle.
my brain way too much. Now it's like I don't even want to hear Chappelle's name. Though I did watch part of what's that stoner movie he's in?
Half-Baked.
Half-Baked. And his
He's not just
character
in
was
that movie. Like, he wrote it,
What?
starred in it.
In a day. You wrote that in a day.
Like, Dave Chappelle is a very talented, very cool guy.
I'm not dissing his talents.
He made a show that was extremely popular, and he was very quotable, and then it got burned into your brain. The Rick James bitch.
I liked him in The Nutty Professor when Eddie Murphy kicked his ass on stage. I go Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
no, back
that
to
was
what I
one of my first exposures with him. So I hated him because he made fun of our main character.
Well,
So I was like, oh, and then the Rick James thing. Yeah, I got to agree with you on that.
his stand-up special, Killing 'Em Softly, is one of my favorite stand-up specials of all time. Like, I could watch it right now, and I would laugh my ass off.
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen anything of his that's good or had wowed me.
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
like he
know.
doesn't do shit anymore.
We haven't even seen
Actually, he just started touring again, and like I think half of his set is just him like talking to the audience. Like, people like him so much that he doesn't even have to like plan the whole set. He can just hang out, and people are just like happy to be around Dave Chappelle.
I guess I'd give it a chance, but he'd really have to come up with something good too.
I probably wouldn't
don't-
go see. I mean, I would go see him live just for the novelty of it. I don't necessarily think it's going to be groundbreaking comedy. You know,
See, stand up to me is
Like
it's
Kevin
hard
Hart.
to get into, anyways.
I don't think Kevin Hart's groundbreaking. But
Like I've watched.
He's got a movie going to theaters.
oh, in that sense, he's very groundbreaking. In what he talks about during his comedy specials, he's not groundbreaking. But the fact that he is bringing it to a theater, that he has such a big draw. I'm not like an expert or anything, but I do like to sometimes dip into the comedy world. Like, a lot of podcasts are hosted by comedians, and it's a very interesting world with dynamics that you don't really think about. And the fact that he's bringing that to theaters could mean a lot of good things, or maybe bad things for comedians. But I think it'll probably do good enough, and maybe we can see other comedians get their stuff in theaters. So, like, you know, not every comedian can come to Kansas City. In fact, Louis C.K. will not come to Kansas City.
Why?
No, he's coming.
Oh, he's coming?
Yeah, he'll be here next month.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
He has had a long-standing grudge against Kansas City.
Why?
Because apparently we're assholes. Like,
We're assholes
I don't know,
with, like,
Justin.
the best
do you
barbecue
have
in the country?
That has nothing to do with how we handle comedy shows. Barbecue.
No, I'm
He
just saying
said-
like every celebrity, most celebrities that come through here tell.
Yeah,
that
maybe
we
he
have
hated our
excellent
barbecue, so he's not coming back.
I'm just saying we're all
No, he
assholes
hated
that
us.
make excellent barbecue. That's apparently what we boil down to.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
He likes the people, but the place sucks.
Oh, really?
And one of the he hates it. He calls it Kansas City, of course.
Kansas City. That's hilarious.
But he last time he was here, he had an experience. He got high with some kids in the parking lot. He got way too fucking high. It was just a bad time.
I didn't think that was in Kansas City.
Yeah, that was in Kansas.
That's
City.
why he won't come back?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, that was that was a story.
Really.
Yeah.
But
One bad trip's all it takes, man.
But, you know,
You had trip,
that would be
it's just
amazing
travel.
to see more comedians get bigger things. Because, I mean, obviously, every good comedian gets at least one season of a TV show on Comedy Central before they get canceled. And then the good ones stick. Like, we got Key and Peele, we got Kroll Show.
Oh, speaking of Key and Peele, whichever one was in
Key
Let's Be Cops.
and Michael Key, I
Yeah.
believe.
Was it Let's Be Cops that he was in?
Yeah, he's everywhere right now.
That was awesome.
He's
and I
hilarious.
think their
He was
show
good.
is funny.
Yeah,
So-
they're one of the best. Kroll Show's pretty good too if you're into sketch comedy at all. But Kroll Show takes it a step further. Like, all of his sketches have arcs. Like, so in the first season you'll see a couple of his sketches, and in the second season those sketches bleed over and actually have like storylines, and they intersect with each other, and it's really, really well done. If you like Nick Kroll,
I don't know who Nick Kroll
Is
is.
he that droll voice motherfucker? Like,
he's in The League.
yeah,
He's-
I know who you're talking
He's
about.
got the
Glasses.
yeah.
I don't know.
League's all right. League's pretty.
See,
funny.
I didn't like him a lot at first, but he's an acquired taste, and once you're into his stuff, he's
Once
really
you have
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite of Key and Peele?
Key.
Which one's Key? Is that Keegan Michael?
Yeah, Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, I think he is
Peele
my favorite.
for sure.
What?
Okay.
He
I want you to watch this show and keep this in mind. Look how well Peele can switch to any character he is. Like, not only does his demeanor and his acting change, but his visual identity is just different from sketch to sketch. Like, his hair changes, his voice, his demeanor, everything about him is just different in every single sketch. And Keegan-Michael Key he's Key in every sketch. Like, he doesn't really change that much, and Peele just has a way bigger range. So sometimes Peele misses the mark, but overall, I think he's the better actor. I think he's funnier, and
I'll
he's
agree on the
definitely my
better
favorite.
actor, but not the funnier part. And maybe it's just because I like what Key does. But I mean, even like,
I think it's a combo. I think they're really good together. You can go as far back as Mad TV and see them together.
yeah, oh yeah, they're still good at playing off each other. Like, I'm not into a lot of sketch comedy, but then when I got showed, I don't remember what the first one I watched of theirs was. It was either the first Substitute Teacher or the Slave Auction one.
For me, it's Proud Gangster.
I don't know.
Or
Don't they do the Pegasus?
little homie. He's got like a he's like a probation officer, Peele is, and he's got a ventriloquist dummy, and he's talking to Key, and he's like, no, you need to talk to little homie, which is the puppet. So he's talking to him about keeping his life together, and little homie's like, you want to do some crimes, man, and blah blah blah, and finally little homie offers him some drugs, and he's like, no, I don't want that, little homie. And then little homie pulls out a gun and like kills Peele. So Key kind of agrees to take the drugs from little homie, and then Peele gets back up and is like, shouldn't have done it, now.
Why don't they
So it
have
was
a
all
buddy?
a setup, but
Are they cops in Keanu?
no, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Why don't they do a buddy cop movie?
It would be great if they
It'd be
did.
it'd be really funny.
That's what they should focus on. If
I
they're
heard-
listening, sinners, if you see them, tell them.
Well, I think they are in a lot. They're in not
they're
necessarily
in a lot
just,
more stuff than we realize.
Yeah, they're in
Right.
the stuff and they're behind the scenes. I think they're
Well, that's what I'm
probably
saying.
writers.
If you have the magic, then do a buddy cop movie.
I thought
that
I
should be your
read.
next goal. Fuck cats.
But that's
I-
what they're good at. It was basically a hour and a half or whatever sketch. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily a movie. It was more of a sketch. where they
That's
could
fine.
just-
Sketch a buddy cop thing then.
I
They
heard
could.
their
I mean,
substitute
they can't
teacher
just shit it
sketch
out.
was supposed to be getting like a movie treatment.
Do the substitute teacher?
Right.
That's
That's
what
what I thought.
heard.
I
How
heard.
does that get a whole movie? He just pronounces their names wrong and like.
I don't know. The inner city
I mean, whatever.
teacher teaching. I don't know. Not inner city schools. The one with Keegan, I think, was funny. I watched number 2 with Peele. I guess I don't know what his real name is. Jordan Peele. Okay, yeah, and it just wasn't. And maybe just
Didn't
because
do it for you.
Yeah, no. But I have not seen the third one, which I think had Keegan again. But so I don't know. That's just what I heard. Get a movie treatment. Go them. Their stuff's working. So I don't know. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think it's about time.
So Sinners, Cinamen Tyler has seen Central Intelligence. Out of 10, what are we talking here? Did you put it above the movies we watched?
It's right in the middle. So
Okay.
it's above
Okay.
the ride-alongs, but below all the rest of them.
So it's not bad. Like I said, out of 10, what are you thinking here?
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 or a 7. So probably I'm gonna say 6.5. I'm gonna hold tight.
Well, we'll round up to 10. That's in the greater half. Just kidding. We won't
Not
round
rounding
up.
up.
We'll leave it at 6.
I'd say after all my viewings, most of them sit at around. None of them get really higher than 7.
I think I'd put other guys.
I'd put
At
21 Jump Street at like 8, but
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe
I'd put
none
other
of
guys
these.
at an 8, and then I'd probably put everything else at a 7, and then ride-alongs at 6.
They're all between like 6 and 7.5 for me.
yeah, that's
But like I
pretty
said,
good.
the
though.
Jump
That's a
Street
steady-
movies,
That's not bad.
Jump
They're
Street
all
movies,
watchable
maybe
for
the
sure.
rush
Yeah.
hours, or at least 2 of the rush hours.
So I guess Central Intelligence, I would rent it.
Okay,
I would rent it
awesome.
on YouTube or something. $3. You know,
we watched-
or go to
we-
Redbox.
We've had a lot of Kevin Hart lately. We've had a lot of everyone lately with this past.
We'll actually get another
subject,
Kevin
so-
Hart when we do wedding comedies coming up for
That's
Mike
right.
and Dave need wedding dates
That's gonna be a good one.
because he is in the Wedding Ringer.
So Central Intelligence is out. We hear it's pretty funny.
That's
I'd
what
go
you
check-
think?
Yeah, I'd go check it out and tell us what you think. Cinamen Tyler has seen it, and yeah,
and
I
has
don't
a
know.
rent-worthy stamp of approval.
That's right.
If
You
you're
like-
into that kind of thing, definitely go to the theaters and see it. Because everyone around us had a good time as we were walking out. I heard one person, that was the best movie ever. It wasn't.
just
But
so
it was
you
I'm
know.
not gonna lie to you like that guy, but
It was fine.
Right. It's funny. It's worth a laugh. Take your girlfriend to see it. Take your boyfriend to see it. Take your friends. Have a good time. If I go see it, like I said, I'm a fan of The Rock. If you're a fan of him or Kevin Hart or buddy cop movies or
If you like The
Rawson,
Rock
Marshall
and Kevin Hart,
Thurgood,
you will like it.
that's awesome. The director's got some funny stuff. He did Dodgeball. He did.
Other things.
yeah, that's right. He did. do that.
I can't remember that other one he did. So there's another comedy that's funny.
This isn't him.
Yeah. But he's got some good stuff. So sinners, go see it. Tell us what you think. And if you like what we're doing, make sure to share with your friends.
Let everyone know. Follow us on Instagram,
Right.
Twitter.
Send us a comment. Tell us what you think. We'll send one back. Guaranteed.
Express.
Like, rate, subscribe any way you can. If you got iTunes or any major podcast app,
Give us a review, a
Right.
rating,
spread
subscription.
the Cinamen love.
Does your mom have a iPhone? If so, get on iTunes, subscribe to the podcast. She'll never know. We'll feel good. You'll feel good.
Everyone will feel good. America will feel good. Help make America great again, but not the way, because that's retarded.
And help make us great. to
Help make
begin
us
with.
great. Yes, that's right. So, as usual, if there's anything you want to take away from this podcast, it's that you don't want to be a dick.
Support the podcast.
I'm a clock hound.